Welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh, and this is Working Man Reads. Today I will be reviewing We Are Legion by Dennis E. Taylor. It is the We Are Bob. It is the first book in the Bobiverse book series. I'm actually already into the third book, and I have about 2 hours of listening left. I did listen to this in audiobook form, and I've already bought it for one friend. And so if that's it, the real quick review of it is, it's a fantastic series and well worth the plunge. So what did I think of the first book, the first installment of the series? Well, I'm relatively new to the science fiction genre. I would say, I have read more of the classical sci-fi side of things, more hard science fiction, the Dunes, the, Andy Weir style science fiction. So this was actually a breath of fresh air. I also have read a few military sci-fi. This kind of had a little bit of everything. It has First Contact. Well, right in the beginning here, what did I say in my review? A science fiction series with all the subgenres rolled into one. You have AI, space exploration, First Contact, intergalactic war, colonization, and much more. What also needs to be stated is that Dennis E. Taylor writes with a certain sense of humor that I find refreshing and with his own flair. And he really pours in all his loves of science fiction into this first book and the series as a whole. I mean, there is countless references to Star Trek, Star Wars. He might not actually mention Star Wars now that I think about it. Star Trek, Midworld, Simpsons. There was hundreds of references to obviously the author's favorite shows and sitcoms and whatnot. So it actually was pretty delightful to read. Basically, the main character is Bob, and he is reanimated after his death on Earth. As a wealthy man, he has his head frozen until he can be reanimated again. Lo and behold, a bunch of time goes by, and there's different factions of the human race. There's been some wars, people conflicting like usual. Humans tend to fight with each other, and so he is reanimated by the Faith faction. And I'm a Christian man, but I actually found it kind of funny, and I took the story for what it is. There's some jabs at faith because the character is atheist and doesn't believe in God. So it made sense, and it was actually kind of funny. And a lot of the things that the character brings up, we've all thought. So I thought that was pretty cool. So he's brought back by this faith enclave, and they think that they own him. Well, long story short, he isn't owned by anyone, and so every main character in the book, in the first book, is mostly Bob himself, he just keeps making clones of himself. So it was a really fun book. There's a lot more to it. I'm leaving out a lot of the spoilers, as I usually do here on the channel. So read this one for yourself because it was delightful, definitely action-packed towards the middle and the end, which you'll have in a science fiction story. But I love the space exploration. I loved reading about all these different planets that it's just science fiction. So definitely read the Bobiverse for yourself. I'm going to do an overview of why you should read the Bobiverse when I finish it. So this will not be the last time I talk about this book or this series. But let's read the synopsis real quick so you guys know. Bob Johansson has just sold his software company and is looking forward to a life of leisure. There are places to go, books to read, and movies to watch. So it's a little unfair when he gets himself killed crossing the street. Bob wakes up a century later to find that corpuscles have been declared to be without rights, and he is now the property of the state. And that state is the Faith Enclave. He has been uploaded into a computer's hardware and is slated to be the controlling AI in an interstellar probe looking for habitable planets. The stakes are high, no less than the first claim to entire worlds. If he declines the honor, he'll be switched off, and they'll try again with someone else. So yeah, it goes on, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So he becomes a super AI. There's like this space race war type thing between the different parts of the world, the parts of Earth, so that we can populate galaxies and solar systems and just basically keep the human race alive. So it was pretty entertaining and a fantastic read, if I do say so myself. What have you guys been reading? Let me know down below. And if you've read the Bobiverse, let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you. Bye.